Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, where we explore the most fascinating stories from around the world. Today, we're journeying to Vietnam to uncover a timeless folk tale known as the Magic Jar. It's a story about two brothers, a magical gift, and a powerful lesson about kindness and greed. So get comfortable and let's dive into this captivating tale. Once upon a time, in a small village in Vietnam, there lived two brothers. The elder brother was a successful trader, his house filled with riches and his coffers overflowing with gold. The younger brother, however, lived a much humbler life. He was a woodcutter, and each day he would venture into the forest, returning with just enough firewood to sell for a meager living. His life was a daily struggle, but his heart remained kind and honest. As the Lunar New Year, the most important celebration of the year, drew near, a shadow of sadness fell over the younger brother's small hut. He had no money to buy the traditional offerings for his ancestors. Without a proper tribute, he felt he was failing his family's memory. Desperate, he decided to swallow his pride and seek help from his wealthy elder brother. He hoped for a small loan, perhaps a bit of rice or a few coins to honor their ancestors. When he arrived at his brother's grand house, he was met not with warmth, but with scorn. The elder brother, annoyed by the interruption, scoffed at his younger sibling's poverty. Instead of offering genuine help, he callously tossed him a single, small boiled pork leg, a meager scrap from his own lavish preparations. "Take this and be gone," he sneered, before slamming the door in the younger brother's face. Humiliated and heartbroken, the younger brother walked away, clutching the small piece of pork. He took the path through the forest, his mind heavy with sorrow. The trees were dense and the air was still. But suddenly, his thoughts were pierced by faint, pitiful cries coming from deeper within the woods. His compassionate nature took over, and he immediately followed the sound, forgetting his own troubles for a moment. Deeper in the forest, he discovered the source of the cries. An old woodcutter lay on the ground, his leg trapped beneath a massive fallen tree. The old man was grimacing in pain, unable to free himself. Without a second thought, the younger brother rushed to his side. He put all his strength into lifting the heavy trunk, just enough for the old man to pull his injured leg free. Gently, he helped the old man to his feet. Seeing how weak and hungry the old woodcutter looked, the younger brother felt a pang of sympathy. He looked down at the single boiled pork leg in his hand, the very symbol of his own humiliation. Yet, in that moment, he knew what he had to do. He offered it to the old man, saying, "You need this more than I do. Please, take it." The old woodcutter was deeply moved by this selfless act. He saw the pure goodness in the younger brother's heart. He smiled warmly and refused the pork leg. "Your kindness is a greater gift than any food," he said, "and for that, I wish to repay you. Take this pork leg and go to the stone cave at the heart of the forest. Inside, you will find the mountain spirits," he continued, his voice low and mysterious. "They will be drawn by the scent of the pork. They will offer you gold, silver, and precious jewels in exchange for it. Refuse all of it. You must ask them for only one thing, the small earthen jar in the corner. This is no ordinary jar, it is a magic jar. Whatever you wish for, it will provide. But you must heed my warning. Do not be greedy. Wish only for what you truly need. Share your good fortune with the poor. And most importantly, when you have enough, you must say the words, "That's enough." The jar will then close itself. With these instructions, the old man vanished as mysteriously as he had appeared. Though bewildered, the younger brother felt a surge of hope. He clutched the pork leg and made his way toward the stone cave the old man had described. As he approached, he could hear the sounds of laughter and music echoing from within. Peeking inside, he saw a group of mountain spirits dancing and celebrating. The moment he stepped into the cave, the delightful aroma of the boiled pork filled the air. The spirits stopped their festivities and turned to him, their eyes wide with desire. "What a wonderful smell!" one exclaimed. They swarmed around him, offering him glittering gold coins, sparkling gemstones, and fine silks in exchange for the pork leg. The younger brother, remembering the old man's words, politely but firmly refused every offer. "I do not want your riches," he said. "I will trade this pork leg only for that simple earthen jar in the corner." The spirits were puzzled. Why would he want a plain clay jar over all this treasure? But their craving for the pork was too strong. After some whispering amongst themselves, they finally agreed. They handed him the dusty old jar, and he, in turn, gave them the pork leg. The spirits celebrated their prize, and the younger brother, his heart pounding with excitement, rushed home with his new, magical possession. He burst into his small hut and presented the jar to his wife, explaining the incredible story of the old man and the mountain spirits. His wife was skeptical at first. Could this plain-looking jar really be magic? Deciding to test it, they stood before the jar and, thinking of the upcoming new year, wished for a proper ancestral altar, complete with offerings of food and incense. In an instant, the jar began to glow, and a swirling mist poured from its opening. Before their astonished eyes, a beautiful altar materialized in their home, laden with delicious food, fragrant incense, and all the traditional decorations. They were overjoyed. Remembering the old man's advice, the younger brother quickly said, "That's enough," and the jar immediately stopped. From that day on, their lives were transformed. They wished for a sturdy new house, and it appeared. They wished for new clothes, and they were clothed. They wished for food, and their table was always full. But the younger brother never forgot the poverty he had once known, nor the kindness that had led to his fortune. True to the old man's words, he and his wife were not greedy. They wished only for what they needed and made sure to share their abundance with their fellow villagers. They gave rice to the hungry, coins to the needy, and helped repair the homes of the less fortunate. The entire village prospered alongside them, and the younger brother became a beloved and respected figure. News of this miraculous transformation traveled fast, and it wasn't long before it reached the ears of the wealthy elder brother. Consumed by curiosity and envy, he went to his younger brother's new, beautiful home to see if the rumors were true. When he saw the prosperity and the magic jar with his own eyes, his heart filled with an insatiable greed. He wanted that power for himself. He immediately approached his younger brother and made a stunning offer. "I will give you everything I own," he declared, "all my properties, all my gold, my entire trading business, in exchange for that little jar." But the younger brother, knowing his elder sibling's selfish and greedy nature, gently refused. He knew that in his brother's hands, the jar's magic would be used not for good, but for selfish gain. The elder brother, however, would not be deterred. His desire for the jar turned into an obsession. If he couldn't get it by trade, he would get it by deceit. He devised a wicked plan. He secretly met with his younger brother's servant, a man he knew was easily swayed by money. He bribed the servant to steal the magic jar while the family was asleep. That very night, the servant crept into the house, took the jar, and delivered it to the elder brother. Without wasting a moment, the elder brother and his wife took the stolen jar, loaded their most valuable possessions onto a boat, and set sail into the open sea. They planned to escape to a distant land where no one knew them, and where they could use the jar to become the wealthiest people in the world. As they sailed across the vast ocean, the elder brother began to scheme. At that time, salt was an extremely rare and valuable commodity. Merchants who could supply it became incredibly rich. A wicked smile spread across his face. "I'll become the Salt King of the world," he thought. He took out the magic jar, opened the lid, and shouted his wish. "I wish for salt. Piles and piles of salt." Instantly, a stream of fine white salt began to pour from the jar. It flowed and flowed, quickly filling the sacks they had brought. But it didn't stop. Salt continued to pour out, piling up on the deck of the boat. The elder brother watched in delight, imagining the immense wealth he would soon possess. But soon his delight turned to panic. The pile of salt was growing enormous, weighing the boat down. "Stop, stop," he yelled at the jar, but nothing happened. He had stolen the jar, but he had never learned the secret command to make it stop. He didn't know the magic words. "That's enough." The salt kept pouring out, an unstoppable white cascade. The boat filled up, groaned under the immense weight, and began to sink. The elder brother and his wife screamed in terror as the boat was pulled beneath the waves, taking them and their greed down into the watery depths. And the magic jar, it sank with them to the bottom of the ocean, and there it remains to this day. Because no one ever spoke the words to close it, it has been pouring salt into the sea ever since. And that, according to the legend, is why the ocean is salty. What a powerful story, isn't it? It teaches us that true wealth isn't found in gold or possessions, but in a kind and generous heart. Greed, as we saw with the elder brother, leads only to ruin. Thank thank you so much for joining me for this incredible Vietnamese folktale. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure into the world of folklore. Until next time, stay curious.